Look, I would absolutely say that Gavin Newsom is endangering law enforcement. The law enforcement officials themselves tell me as much, that when they go out, let's say you have a Border Patrol official who needs to go out and arrest somebody, maybe a violent criminal who's also an illegal alien. When that Border Patrol agent goes out to do their job, they said within 15 minutes of them trying to do their job, they have protesters, sometimes violent protesters, who are in their face, obstructing them, preventing them from doing their job, and endangering their lives. Why do they have that? Because those people have been egged on by local officials. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, by treating this city as a sanctuary city, have basically said that it is open season on federal law enforcement. They have treated Border Patrol and border enforcement as somehow an illegitimate force instead of what they are, which is the American people's law enforcement trying to enforce the American people's laws. So when Gavin Newsom encourages violence and rioting, when he encourages people to get in the face of our great Border Patrol officers, he is absolutely endangering the lives of federal enforcement. He's absolutely endangering the lives of mothers and daughters and fathers and sons who have been sent here to do a simple thing: enforce the law. And thank God they're willing to do it, despite the fact that the local leadership of this community has made it harder on them and has in fact endangered their lives as they go about to do their important work.
What would happen if I came to Mexico and I refused to leave and I assaulted police officers and I was waving an American flag and I was cursing, chanting, you know, death to Mexico? My friend, what would happen to me?
Well, if you were in a big circle of people, you will get viciously attacked, and then you will get arrested, and then you will take into prison, because and this is a lot of the situations with the people that are protesting right now in the United States of America. You know, they do not know how they are affecting our nation in Mexico. In the Constitution of Mexico, in Article 54 bis of the Constitution says that you cannot tamper with our flag. And if you tamper with our flag, you will be taken to prison according to Article 288 of the Constitution of Mexico. So these radical mercenary activists who are using our flag and burning the American flag, you know, they're actually affected.
You call a lot of the immigrants that are in the country, ones that cross over the border, illegal immigrants.
They're all criminals, yes.
When most of them, especially, and I want to ask you what you think about the ones who were arrested or were detained while trying to go through the legal processes. The ones who came in, actually, and it is a loophole. I'll admit that Joe Biden allowed for a loophole to get into the system, right, through loophole, but it still was a legal way to enter the country. And what about the illegal immigrants who were detained while going to their meetings to make sure they stayed within the legal processes?
They're still in violation of 8 U.S.C. 1312.
If they came in using...
What is 8 U.S.C. 1312? You don't know. That's fine. It's fraudulently filling out an asylum claim, of which these people are. The Supreme Court said is they had a distinction. They said that if an illegal alien is here and, for example, commits a DUI, they get due process on that infraction. They don't get due process necessarily on just the fact they came into the southern border illegally. So there's about crimes you commit on the interior of the country are different than ones that you commit while you come into the country.
But what about the people who have not committed crimes?
It doesn't matter. Coming in the country, coming in the country is a crime. It doesn't matter.
For longer than 2 years.
The Supreme Court will hopefully.
It's a civil offense.
It's not. Again, it's an 18 U.S.C.
I'm pretty sure it's 13. It's
8 U.S.C. 1312, it makes it a felony to harbor yourself illegally in the United States of America and not notify the government of your presence. You can look it up anytime you want. 8 U.S.C. 1312, any illegal alien that does not tell the government where they are, what they're doing, and why they are here is in violation and is currently committing a felony.
This is part two. This is part two to my illegal immigration video. Think about this now. As American citizens, we cannot go and enter anybody's motherfucking country. Not Mexico, not fucking, not damn Honduras, not El Salvador, not motherfucking Africa, not China, not Japan, not nowhere will they allow American citizens to come to their country, get a damn job, make money illegally, and not pay their government anything while committing crimes and doing all this crazy shit inside of their country illegally. Ain't no country gonna allow that shit to happen. Man, they gonna lock your motherfucking ass up and deport your ass immediately. But we just had, a couple weeks ago, some American citizens that got deported out of Mexico. What the fuck you mean? You got deported out of goddamn Mexico when all these illegal immigrants are here. Like, come on, man. That shit don't fly in nobody else's country. You can't go to nobody else's country and do the shit that these folks are doing here in our country. Absolutely not. Do you think China's gonna allow you to go to fucking China and got illegally start a fucking business over there, make money off of their fucking people, not pay taxes and send the money back to your country and talk shit while you're doing it? Hell fuck no. Do you think Japan's going for it? Hell no. Do you think Afghanistan, if Turkey, we can name any fucking country in Africa. Any Australia, you're not doing this shit nowhere but in America. What the fuck makes these people think that it is okay to do this shit in America? And then to actually have protests and fight for the rights of an illegal person. You have no fucking rights. You are illegal. You're not supposed to be here. The rules and the laws and the shit do not apply to you. You're not legally, when they signed the fucking Declaration of Independence and when they came up with all the amendments for the American Constitution and all that stuff, illegal people were not considered when they wrote this shit. This has nothing to do with y'all. Y'all are not supposed to be here. And like I said, we can't go as American citizens to nobody else's country and they will allow us to operate inside of their country illegally and not pay our dues to them. It's not finna fucking happen, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Do you see American people in the Chinese army? Do you see American people in the Japanese army? Do you see American people in anybody's motherfucking armies or on anybody's motherfucking police forces in the fucking world? No. Why? Because they keep it specifically for their people, man. And we are the only fucking country that y'all can actually protest and go on TV to debate illegal people being here, but in your own country, you will get your ass deported immediately, hostilely. They're not finna do it nicely. They're gonna do it hostile. Like, come on, man. Like, man, hey, man. This shit got to stop, man. This shit got to stop, man. This is crazy. We are spending so much money as an American fucking people trying to get rid of all these motherfucking people that are not supposed to be here, and this money could be going to the problems that we have as fucking America. What about all the fucking homeless people in America? What about all the fucking people on the street that have mental health issues that need fucking help, that are wandering around the fucking streets of LA homeless without no fucking help? Like, come on, man. We got our own problems that we need to be worried about and we should be spending our money on, but we gotta fucking worry about deporting y'all motherfucking illegal asses and chasing y'all ass the fuck down to get y'all up out of here because y'all over here just creating pure fucking chaos and taking advantage of the system. This shit got to fucking stop. It got to. Y'all would not allow us to go to y'all country and do the same shit that y'all are over here doing, man. It's not gonna fucking happen, man. It's not gonna happen. So that's my motherfucking stance on it, man. You can say what you want to. That's my stance on it. And I stand on that.
Mr. Chairman, clearly we care, and I know you do. I know we've talked about the numbers, but I think it bears repeating. The federal government spent over $66 billion on illegal immigrants in 2023, according to the Federation for American Immigration. Does anyone here want to guess how much we've spent on homeless veterans in 23? Guess? High, well, let's just start. Higher, lower, the same? Anybody want to guess?
Fractional.
Fractional. Thank you. 3 billion. 66 on illegals, 3 billion on people who have laid down their lives for this country. Can anyone explain up there why that makes sense?
Well, one is including all sorts of benefits, and one is just looking at a very, very narrow slice.
No, I'm using the same numbers. Sir, you are. I am using apples to apples.
It would be a very different.
I'm using apples to apples. So since you know, why don't you share with me?
We don't track U.S. veterans in the census, so that would be very helpful if we did. Then I would be able to give you a very.
But do you know the answer? Because I do. So I appreciate your opinion of which you have no facts on, but let me continue and let me educate you some more. The federal government, breaking that $66 billion down, let's look at what we fund. So you might want to get a pencil and paper and take some notes because I'll help you do your job. $5.8 billion in SNAP, $10 billion in Medicare, $8.2 billion in uncompensated hospital expenditures, $3 billion for primary and secondary education for illegal immigrants, And how many illegal immigrants are given taxpayer-funded housing compared to the number of homeless veterans that are sleeping on the street? You don't know because you don't want to know. You don't want to see the numbers. Well, I do, and I can share with you the American people do. Because I'll share with you, the people in my district, in Michigan, of the 9th District, we care about our homeless veterans. We care about our veterans. And yes, we care about them a little bit more than we care about people who have broken the law to get here illegally. So I actually have some suggestions and maybe some answers on how to fix it. Instead of $66 billion, here are a couple things we could spend. The White House has requested $13 million for the National Call Center for homeless veterans. I'm going to say it again, $13 million with an M, right? Maybe we could find that out of that $66 billion, right, difference between million and billion, big difference, we could funnel some more of that $66 billion to our homeless veterans. Anyone opposed to that? Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we doing it? Anybody got an idea? Anybody got an idea? Why we're not, God bless you, why we're not doing it? I'll tell you why we're not doing it, because the Biden administration does not want to do it. Am I correct? Am I incorrect on that? I didn't think so. This year's budget request from the White House asks for $17.2 billion in mental health spending for veterans. That $10 billion we lose to Medicare spending would surely benefit to struggle with the mental health issues. So why don't we do this? America's a very charitable country. Why don't we take care of our own first? Anyone see a problem with that? Why don't we? I'll tell you why we don't. Because the Biden administration doesn't want to do that. It's maddening to me. The White House budget requested for caregiver support programs not $2.9 billion. Maybe instead of $3 billion for educating illegal immigrants, we can give more funding to caregiver support programs, right? We're all talking about both sides of the aisle, which ironically doesn't even want to participate in this hearing, sadly, but not unexpected. We all talk about caregiving as a problem, right? I hear that on both sides of the aisle. What would happen if we took that $3 billion and gave it to caregivers that live in the United States? Anyone have a problem with that? Why don't we do it? Anybody? The Biden.
Do you believe deploying the military to conduct law enforcement on U.S. soil is legal?
Look, we have to make certain that we protect American cities. If not for President Trump, Los Angeles would be burning right now. We had 6 ICE agents that were totally in fear of their life because local officials, an incompetent mayor, a grossly incompetent governor, refused to do their job.
Is there anything you would not find acceptable for the U.S. military to do on U.S. soil?
Look, President Trump understands what the Constitution is. He understands what the laws are. We have to protect our cities. We have to protect our ICE agents. We have to protect our federal buildings. And Gavin Newsom should maybe get off Twitter and start actually going down to L.A. and protecting his own citizens.
The courts have ruled on the Guard. They will be back under my command.
A few moments later.
Okay, why is Trump back in control of the National Guard, you guys? What the hell is going on? First I lose my pool boy Roberto, and now this? I seriously need a mani-pedi right now. A bottle of wine, cherry ice cream, and a whole season of Will and Grace. Fuck this politics thingy.
America, fuck yeah, coming what's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam. They're importing voters. It's easy to understand if you look at basic incentives. The basic incentive here is the more illegals that the Democrats can bring in, the more likely they are to win. So that's what they're going to do. That's what they have been doing, and it worked in California. California's supermajority Dem. And look at all the companies that are leaving California.
Yeah.
I mean, In-N-Out just announced they're leaving.
Yep.
Their headquarters leaving California.
They're moving to Tennessee.
A fourth day of rallies and protests on the streets of Los Angeles.
It was a peaceful rally. What is going on right now is also peaceful.
Here we are expecting rallies later on.
When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
In Los Angeles, there is a new crowd of protesters that has been building.
CNN had it that these were rallies. Now they've become protests. I'm afraid that by tonight they become riots. If we don't have the ability to stand up and stop this violence before it consumes a great city like Los Angeles, then there's no telling where this could spread.
Are hardworking, good people, and they're the backbone of our city, and they should have access to all the things that we have access to. And I just don't think they understand that it's a political pawn. I don't think they understand.
It's a political game.
This is not done for compassion and kindness.
No.
This is just done to ensure that it stays blue.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's essentially a bribery with your tax dollars.
Yes, this is why the Dems will not even deport criminals.
Yeah.
Because every criminal deported is a lost vote.